Hey, I got a question for you. And I'll come back to whatever you want. What do you think of the pardon?
I was going to ask you about it, but
Okay.
for me, I think the pardon is, here's my sequencing of what I think happened.
Okay, yeah, I really wanted to hear about it.
Yeah, I think Biden wasn't planning on pardoning Hunter because he did not think Trump was going to win, because Biden thought Kamala would win with all the money behind her, and the favor that Kamala had in return is to pardon Hunter to prevent anything from happening with Joe. And that's why Karine Jean-Pierre and everybody kept saying, no one's above the law. No, because the plan was Kamala's going to win. Trump doesn't stand a chance. The DOJ, all the lawsuits, E. Jean Carroll, all this stuff, that's just not going to happen. This guy's toast. A year ago, a lot of people thought Trump was toast. Then all of a sudden he wins. So then Trump is in a perfect place. Why? Because one of two things are going to happen. Either Biden is not going to pardon his son, or Biden is. Let's play both of them out. If Biden does pardon his son, it allows Trump to do anything and everything with J6, anything and everything. Anybody Trump pardons, guess what? Can't say nothing about it. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You pardon your own son. So don't tell me no nepotism type of stuff. Now, say Biden doesn't pardon his son, okay? Trump has that carrot right there to use for 4 years. And I believe on day one, my opinion, Trump would have pardoned Hunter and all the J6 people on day one to confuse the shit out of the media.
Mm-hmm.
The media would have been like, wait a minute, who did he just, did he really just pardon Biden's son Hunter and J6? So on one end, you're pissed because it's all the J6 people. On the other end, you're like, wait a minute. His own father didn't pardon him, but Trump, this is confusing what's going on. To me, it was a sequencing play, and Trump was in a power play. And if what's his name? If he was going to do it the right way, I like what Joe Manchin said. Joe Manchin said he should have pardoned him and Trump at the same time instead of doing just Hunter. If Joe would have pardoned Hunter and Trump on the same day, the market would have said, all right, it's kind of like a wash. We get totally what you're doing. That's what I think. I don't think Biden had any plans of pardoning him because he did not think Trump was going to win.
Okay, so I like the theory, the both theories. I will say this: it's like the old adage: "What question does a lawyer never ask?" A question he doesn't know the answer to. Never ask that question. The same here. Don't ever say something as Biden that you don't 100% know. So what got him was the fact that he kept saying he would never pardon him. No, I would never use my power.
Right.
Because guess what? Hey, everybody, if my son has charges against him and I'm president, and as a parting gift, I get to pardon my son, I'm pardoning my son for sure. It wasn't like he was, some gratuitous, terrible, murderous crime or something, he Manson or something. Again, see, he had a drug problem. He sought some help. He made some mistakes. And as president, I would pardon my son. His mistake was, I think, that he said he wouldn't do it. And so egregiously told everyone he was never going to do that. Now, on the other side, you bring up something very interesting to me. And that is, what would it have looked like if Biden had pardoned Trump? What would it look like if, as a parting gift, he said, you know what, let's start fresh. You're president. I'm pardoning my son, and I pardon you of any of the... That would have been something for Joe Biden to have done. I think also the American people wouldn't have been so quick to jump on him for changing what he said he was going to do. And they would have seen that as a very confusing thing that he did. Same as you were saying, if it had been Trump. That would have been very interesting if he had done that. I have said a number of times, and I'm still hanging on to this. It's not as obvious to me anymore, and I don't think it's as credible, but it's still a possibility, that she becomes number 47. That she actually comes in. Remember, if you get to see he's got some heart palpitation, or he blew a gasket and we're not sure what it is, for precautionary reasons, we're going to make Kamala president for 35 days, or whatever. I still think that's in play. I really do.
Oh, I don't disagree. I think that's very likely of happening. If they wanted to kind of really piss people off, That would be one. You know who'd be the most pissed if that would have happened? One person would be more pissed than anybody else.
Tell me.
Hillary Clinton.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Yeah.
Nobody would be more pissed than her because she would steal. And by the way, there's no way Kamala is at Hillary's level of anything.
No.
I don't think she's at, you don't have to like Hillary. But if I have to choose between the two strategy-wise, Kamala is not even close to the level of Hillary has. Good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. Deceptive, nasty, whatever you want to call it. Hillary would lose her shit if that were to take place.
You're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but the last 13 and a half years, I've been working on my first fiction book to write, ever. Fiction book to write. And while I finished this book, a year ago, I got the strangest phone call about one of the characters in the book where the guy wanted to meet with me and he read the book. And afterwards was like, wait a minute, am I the villain in the book? This is a story about a character named Asher, who is half Armenian, half Assyrian, whose father was involved in the Iranian Revolution, linked to Savak, working with the Shah, that they escape and he gets recruited to a secret society. Well, when you go to the secret society, it's been around for a couple thousand years. They've developed some of the craziest leaders of all time. And they test you. There's unique tests that they have at this society where they test to see your emotional mental toughness. One of the tests that they have is very rigorous. It's purely mental. Of course, there's a physical one, but one is mental and emotional. If you're Armenian, if you're Syrian, if you're Persian, this is a book you're going to be reading and saying, holy moly, this is the kind of stuff you talk about in here? Yes. If you're somebody that's fascinated by history, this is a book for you. Characters. There's a technology that this society, secret society, builds where you go into a vault. I won't spoil it for you. When you go down, they have a technology where you get to sit down and watch and have a 3-4 hour conversation with Tupac. You can set up a debate between Karl Marx and Ayn Rand. Karl Marx is in the book, who wrote Communist Manifesto. Ayn Rand, who wrote Atlas Shrugged, is in the book. Marilyn Monroe explains the concept of seduction and sex in the book. When you read the book, it's about development of the next leaders in the world and how they do it and how they've been doing it for many years. And it's also about how to prevent the end of civilization and how this organization goes about doing it. So, I've never written a parenting book before, but if I ever wrote a parenting book, this is the closest thing to it because it's all mindset, a lot of crazy stories. Again, 13 and a half years. Trust me, I told myself I will not publish this book until I sell my insurance company and I'm fully disconnected from it, where it's no longer my responsibility 100%. When you read this, if you're a creative person, if you like fiction books, if you enjoyed Atlas Shrugged, or if you enjoy Divergent, if you like books like that, I think you're gonna enjoy reading this book. It's the creative side. Business books is very easy. Here's how you do it. Here's how this how it works. This is very creative. If you haven't placed the order yet, now you can order it on Simon & Schuster, Amazon. I'm gonna put the link up below somewhere here, maybe even in my profile. Go order the book and read it. I've never written a book where I can't wait to read your reviews to see what you think about this book. So I'm going on this wild journey and we have some plans with this book here. If you support the things that I work on, I would appreciate you going and reading the book, order the book on Amazon, and then post a review.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.